When you think about the word iconic, what comes to mind when you think about guns in Call of Duty? We say a lot on this channel that COD is built on legacy. Heck, this channel is built off of COD legacy. Some guns from the franchise have been burned into our brains because of the amazing memories that we've had with them online. And today, we honor those. We dive feet first into the nostalgia. What's up, guys? Jimmy your Chaos. Welcome to the channel. Today is a good one. Today I'm going to go over what I think are the 20 most iconic guns in COD history. Not necessarily the best, not necessarily the most powerful, but the ones that everybody remembers and has memories with. You let me know in the comments what you think the most iconic gun in COD history is. The like goal for today, and you guys are doing really good on these like goals, is 947. Let's see if we can get that in the first 24 hours. At number 20, and this shows you how non-biased I am because this should be at number 1. The Galil in Black Ops. It's one of my favorite guns in COD history. Widely seen as a top tier weapon in the original Black Ops, and out of all the slower firing rifles in the game, I think it was easily the best. It wasn't a bullet hose like the FAMAS or the AUG, but it was super accurate, it was reliable, and it had an absolutely amazing firing sound when you threw the suppressor on it. That little pitter-patter, it was the perfect soundtrack to an amazing rifle. It's a perfect way to kick off today's list. At number 19, the Barrett 50 cal in Modern Warfare 2. You're going to get nostalgia overload from this video, so get ready. This is one of the coolest sounding snipers in the entire franchise. It appeared in all 3 of the original Modern Warfare games, but it was peak in Modern Warfare 2. Featured that massive magazine, that fast fire rate, that damage that was high enough to reliably score one-shot kills above the waist every time. Then you put stopping power and sleight of hand pro on it. It was incredible. And there were some people who insisted it was actually the best sniper in the game. But even if you didn't agree with that it was the best in its class, you absolutely had to remember the amazing firing sound, the boom, the insane sprees and clips that people would get back in those days. At number 18, the Akimbo FMG9s in Modern Warfare 3. You may have hated going up against them, but everybody used them. Everybody did. You can't deny they were one of the most memorable parts of Modern Warfare 3 as a whole. The Akimbo machine pistols that broke the game. It had the fastest TTK values in COD history, or one of the fastest. It may have been the fastest for a secondary weapon, and they were way too easy to use, even after the initial nerf. They were despised in standard multiplayer, but Infected, they were one of the best things to have in your hands. Infected matches with the Akimbo FMGs, unforgettable. At number 17, the Honeybadger and COD Ghosts. Now, Ghost may not have been everybody's favorite game, but there were some standout things here, and the main thing, it was the Honeybadger. In fact, the assault rifle was such a high point in the game, it ended up becoming one of the most beloved and recognizable weapons in the entire franchise, even though most people didn't like the game. Built-in suppressor, awesome firing sound, crystal clear, iron sights, amazing, I say amazing reload animation. This was just an all-around amazing gun. Didn't matter that it was in a hated game. People love the Honeybadger. Absolutely belongs on today's list. And it's pretty awesome. Honestly, the name was pretty awesome too. This is completely random, but it just popped in my head. Did you guys see the leak for Black Ops? Or I don't even, not Black Ops, but Sledgehammer's next game in 2027. Modern new sub-series. We could be karate chopping and kicking people. Anybody see that? Anyway, at number 16. The M1911 in Black Ops. Now, even though the M1911 wasn't that powerful of a weapon in the game, it's still one of the most iconic guns in the franchise, and it's for a few reasons. First of all, it had a massive following in the zombies community. Second of all, it's literally on the box. And the Black Ops 1 box art is some of the most iconic in gaming history. So even though it wasn't the best multiplayer pistol in the original game, not even close, it's still iconic. It's one of the most iconic weapons in the franchise because of how awesome it looked and how present it was in the Black Ops sub-series. At number 15 today, the M16A4 in COD 4. The original overpowered gun in Call of Duty. Completely busted. Remain busted in the remaster as well. 3-round burst weapon, 2 shots to kill. Probably should have been seen by the testers as a problem, but unfortunately it wasn't. But then again, we wouldn't be able to talk about it today. Still ended up being one of the most remembered weapons in the entire franchise. Definitely one of the most iconic of the Modern Warfare sub-series, because even though you probably hated getting killed by it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, I had to admit, it was fun to use. You had a lot of memories with it, both in the original and the remaster. Even if you didn't like COD 4, you remember this version of the M16. At number 14, the AK-74U in Black Ops. Easily the most popular SMG in the original Black Ops. It was one of the best guns in the game. Had some of the most satisfying animations and sound effects in the business. Did you guys know? You could actually put an underbarrel grenade launcher on this. For what reason, I don't know, but you could. Not sure why anyone at Treyarch thought it was a good idea for an SMG, but yeah, if you didn't know, now you know. The sheer number of AK-74U spammers in the original Black Ops gave it a huge profile in the community. I still remember how sleek that reload animation looked. It's definitely one of the most iconic SMGs in COD history. Speaking of, at number 13, the MP7 in Modern Warfare 3. It's pretty hard to find a better SMG than the MP7 from the original MW3. It was a very late unlock, as it should have been. Once you got it, you were probably never putting it down. I didn't put it down. It's one of the guns that everybody was using their permanent unlock tokens on after hitting the prestige button. Silky smooth handling, high fire rate, no recoil, amazing damage profile, super competitive time to kill all the way from across the map, and that gigantic, huge, massive default magazine. You can make it even bigger with extended mags. This gun had it all. It was so obviously overpowered we couldn't stop using it. It was too satisfying to put down. It was an essential part of the Modern Warfare 3 nostalgia train. At number 12, the Akimbo Models in Modern Warfare 2. Now, even though these were one of the few guns to get patched, the legacy will live on forever, at least if I have anything to say about it on this channel. There's still new guns coming to new COD games that are trying to recapture the magic. The Akimbo Models, absolutely broken on launch day. Even after they were nerfed, they still had some of the coolest animations and sound effects in gaming history. The way your character flipped them around between each shot was so ridiculously cool back then, and when you blasted people off their feet, you literally felt like the Terminator. Nerf or no nerf, the Akimbo Models were iconic and they always will be. They belong on this list. If you got to use them before they were patched, you and me, well, we're cut from the same cloth. At number 11, the Desert Eagle in COD 4. May have kicked like a mule, but it sounded great. Could score you a 2-shot kill, which was unheard of for a handgun in Call of Duty at that time. And even by modern COD pistol standards, the original Deagle is kind of a freak of nature. 2-shot kill, no fire rate cap. I mean, come on. The recoil honestly wasn't that bad once you got used to it. Gave you some insane killing power in your back pocket. Basically, every pistol in the franchise up until this point was a relatively weak last resort weapon. The Deagle? Nah, game changer. Still one of my favorite secondary weapons in the entire franchise. At number 10, the M8A1 in Black Ops 2. I do believe this was the first 4-round burst in COD history. Fact check me. I'm sure a lot of you will say that it was the best ever too. I mean, it fired super quickly, could delete enemy players in the blink of an eye because of the quick burst delay, super low recoil. Firing sound? Iconic, absolutely terrifying. Honestly, if you were on the receiving end, I said in a previous video, I personally didn't enjoy using the M8 back in the day because it wasn't my cup of tea. There's no denying the gun was iconic to the franchise. It was the blueprint for basically every burst weapon that came after that. At number 9, the UMP-45 in Modern Warfare 2. This thing was crazy. Even by Modern Warfare 2 standards back then. I mean, it was an SMG that could land a 2-shot kill from across the map, and I'm not exaggerating that. It could actually do it. It perfectly encapsulated everything ridiculous about this game. That's why it became such a staple in COD history. Basically, every slow-firing SMG in the franchise would be compared to the Modern Warfare 2 UMP, and would inevitably be disappointing because of it. It was insane, and it perfectly summed up why Modern Warfare 2 left such an impact on so many of us. What other game can you think of where the SMGs could kill with 2 bullets from across the map? At number 8, the ACR 6.8 Modern Warfare 3. The best ACR. The most popular assault rifle in classic Modern Warfare 3. Slower fire rate than its older brother, but it also had much higher damage, made it a force to be reckoned with up close and long range. Up close, could delete you with 2 shots. From across the map, it may only take a couple more to win the fight. And on top of that, the 6.8 looked and sounded amazing. It was smooth, the handling, no recoil. The number of Moabs dropped on YouTube with this gun, I mean triple Moabs, quad Moabs, penta Moabs. That Modern Warfare 3 era, it was insane. At number 7, the ACR in Modern Warfare 2. Now everyone has their own opinion on what the best assault rifle from the classic Modern Warfare 2 was, but a lot of old school players argue it was the ACR. Even if you don't think it's the best, it's definitely the most memorable. Not only did it have laser-like accuracy and a great firing sound, it looked awesome. Compared to most rifles in video games at that time, the ACR looked super unique, almost futuristic. That's why it stood out. And it was a fun gun to use on that. It was definitely one of the most iconic weapons for Modern Warfare 2, even if you didn't think it was the best gun in its class. And you may wonder why I put it above the Modern Warfare 3 version, but then I said the Modern Warfare 3 version was the best. It's because the Modern Warfare 2 version was definitely more iconic. At number 6, the M48-3 in COD 4. The gun that arguably invented quick scoping as we know it. Completely changed COD forever. Smooth. The fact that you could put an ACOG scope on it for a damage boost encouraged you to get aggressive and start experimenting. was an essential part of COD history. If this gun had never been put in the game, and Infinity Ward had never encouraged you to get aggressive with a sniper rifle, we probably never would have gotten quickscoping as a central part of COD experience, and that series would have looked completely different during the Golden Age, and then all of those teams never would have came, SOAR and FaZe, and then if FaZe never came, then lots of stuff wouldn't have came after it. It was literally a domino effect. Even if you're one of the people who didn't like COD 4, you have to put some respect on the M40. And the impact that it had on the game, it was such a bigger impact than just the game. It's crazy now that I'm thinking about it. At number 5, the MSMC in Black Ops 2. A lot of people consider this to be the best competitive SMG in COD history. I don't blame you. This thing looked and sounded super unique. It was one of the most versatile damage profiles you could ask for in an SMG. I know the recoil could get a little unruly at times, but that's what made it so satisfying. It was powerful, but it was overpowered because you had to put effort into it. It wasn't overpowered. I would personally say this was the most memorable and iconic SMG from Black Ops 2. And as someone who spent a lot of time around the competitive scene during this era, I'm never going to be able to get over the firing sound in my head. It's in there forever. And I don't know why, but every time I talk about the MSMC, the first thing that comes to mind is me watching Sharp TK, Sharp on Team Caliber, just dominating with this thing. At number 4, the Ballista in Black Ops 2. I think it's safe to say the sniping scene in Black Ops 2 was just nutty. You may say that was because sniping was easy in the game. Maybe true. That doesn't change the fact that Ballista was an all-time favorite sniper rifle. For a lot of good reasons. Quick, smooth, satisfying, demanded enough skill from the user to keep it from getting cheap or cheesy. The sound of the Ballista mixed with the iconic Black Ops 2 announcers and the beeping of the UAV sweeps, it was perfection. I'm amazed this gun has never actually been remade. But since Black Ops 7 is basically going to be one giant nostalgia trip from Black Ops 2, you know we're going to get it back. At number 3, the MSR in Modern Warfare 3. So after the insanity of Modern Warfare 2, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer tried to tone it down with Modern Warfare 3. They had to keep some of the fan favorite aspects of the previous game, which meant they needed a sniper rifle that would appeal to quickscopers. I think it's safe to say they hit a home run. The MSR was a freak of nature, did everything right, sounded awesome, looked awesome, super quick, super smooth, reliable, fair one-shot kill range, paired perfectly with the map design of Modern Warfare 3. MSR Moab gameplays were everywhere during the Modern Warfare 3 days, and this rifle is still one of the most fondly remembered in the franchise. Can I just say, it's also one of the best sounding. This thing sounded huge every time you pulled the trigger. At number 2, the FAMAS in Black Ops, the gun that completely dominated one of the best-selling games in the entire franchise. Yes, it's iconic. The Black Ops 1 FAMAS was fully automatic, unlike its Modern Warfare 2 counterpart, which was 3-round burst, and that gun was a beast as well, super underrated. Treyarch decided to make it completely busted, and then leave it, never patch it. Fired it over 900 rounds per minute, killed in 3 bullets up close, 4 bullets from across the map if you wanted to do that. No meta in Black Ops 1, right? The FAMAS was the meta. If you weren't using the FAMAS, you were at a disadvantage. And could you really blame people for it? It shredded up close. It shredded from afar. It looked and sounded epic in the process. This thing sounded like it was shredding up sheets of metal every time you pulled the trigger. And even though we all knew it was overpowered, and even though it completely destroyed the balance of the game, it was so much fun to use. Deserves the number 2 spot. You'll be hard-pressed to find an assault rifle from any Call of Duty game more recognizable or iconic. And at number 1 today, the intervention in Modern Warfare 2. Never any doubt I was going to put this at number 1. Not only is it the most iconic gun in COD history, it's also one of the most iconic guns in video game history, period. Sniper rifle not only sounded amazing, not only had great handling, it was perfect for Modern Warfare 2, but something about it made it perfect for memes, funny edits. It quickly cemented itself into internet culture. Even if you never played Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, you know exactly what the intervention looks like. You know what it sounds like. And for that reason, it gets the number 1 spot today. It's not just a massive part of COD history, it's a massive part of gaming and internet history as well. And there you have it. Give me 2 iconic guns that I couldn't put on the list. We only had 20 spots. That's a hard list to do. I'll see you guys soon.